I have been robbed my tech career and I feel like a loser. And so for many of you who are out here and thinking that you may want to major in a technology degree, think about this, okay? This video is not intended to discourage anyone from pursuing an IT degree or rather involved in the technology field, so to speak. But I would like to say that I felt like my career has been robbed from me. So I went to college back in 2016 at the age of 29, I believe. I went to college when I was about 17 years old, and it did not work out for me at the time. So I stopped, took a break, which was not the right thing to do. But to make a long story short, eventually I went back. I went back with the intention to do something with myself because I did not like my environment at the time in terms of my living condition, my financial situation, just everything on a whole. I felt like me having a degree was going to put me into the right field as well as living a sustainable life. So little did I know that at the age of 29, going back to school with 3 kids at the time, you know how challenging that is, right? So anyway, I went ahead and I made up my mind because, like I said, my condition, I was just hitting rock bottom. Things weren't working out for me. So I got my degree in CIS, Computer Information System. And then I decided to leave New York and I moved to Florida. New York was very challenging for me because I could not afford it at the time. So I decided to move to Florida. I moved to Florida, relocated, and got myself into school. I went on to pursue my bachelor's in information technology management. I literally researched this perhaps maybe in 2015, 16 was when I started doing my research. And I decided that this is the field I wanted to position myself in. 1, I knew that I was a gadget girl. 2, I was a photographer, freelance photography, graphic design, videos, and things of that nature. So I was all into the tech space. I remember having one computer to the next. My computer would fail me at the time. I was not educated on how to fix it. And even though I did not resolve all the issues, I noticed that my passion really was in tech, and being that I was a hands-on girl. So to make a long story short, I felt like that was the easiest thing for me to do because I was a tech girl. So I went in, jumped in, completed my bachelor's degree, and I decided that, okay, I wanted to become a project manager. I recorded my journey. I documented and everything. I was so happy about it. I was telling everyone and their mother to jump into IT because this is the rapid field. This is where you're going to make the money. And I jumped right in because I'm the type of woman, I don't just see things for right now. I always look ahead and always wanted to prepare myself because I knew that it was going to be the world trend. So I wanted to position myself, but little did I know that it was so challenging. I did had 1 and 2 internship experience where I had to get my feet wet, had the experience. And so I went on to start applying for jobs. I was employed by 2 companies that hired me to do customer support, tech support. But notice I was doing a lot more of CRM and more customer service rather, but not more of, like in-depth IT, whether it be networking. I wasn't doing that. So I felt a little cheated at the time. I went on to speak with the supervisor about what they intended me to do because I was hired for this, but yet still I was doing something else. They told me that, and I don't want to disclose the company name out of respect, but I'm saying this to say just be careful so you don't end up into this situation. So I went on to speaking to them. They told me that 2 position was going to open up and just wait until those positions open up, then I can transfer into that position. I waited until the time I noticed that my supervisor at the time was ignoring me. Come to find out that it was those two positions was taken by two seniorities, right? They've been in the company quite some time, so due to seniority, they gave them the position, being that I was just in. So that was one. 6 months in, I decided that no, it's just not making sense. So I end up leaving because I felt like it was misleading information. Okay, so the second one, now I decided to work for the company, and it was more in like the communication, internet repair support. So it was more on the networking side, right? And I was troubleshooting all day. Being that I was new, I didn't have much experience, but as time progressed, getting those networking experience, I thought it's time for me to step it up. I started to look for something else, so that didn't work out for me. I wanted to highlight how this had impacted my life because I felt like me finding the right job was going to help me to live a sustainable life with my family. But I felt like these companies that I was working with, they mislead me, one. Number two, due to seniority, it was very challenging for me to get in that field. And I felt like the potential of me making money, it was there, but I felt like something was going on. Now, I'm not sure if it's just Florida on a whole. I don't know if anyone have experienced this, but I was not satisfied with how I was being treated, and it did mess with me, honestly. So I noticed when I started applying for other jobs, it was more of 3-4 years experience, and I was not 3-4 year experience in at the time. So that hindered me along the way. Now I'm gonna share with you my honest opinion. For me to go to school for 4 years, and even if I don't have 3 to 4 years experience, it shouldn't be challenging for a company to hire me because I've already have the educational background, right? And even if I had a 1 to 2 year hands-on experience, it shouldn't stop them from hiring me. But that's what makes it difficult with companies nowadays. I'm saying to myself, I'm sure for every companies, they have seniorities, they have employees, so to speak, who have been in the industry for a long time. So what is it so hard to hire someone that is new and teach them, even if it's just 2 weeks? Give them a refresher, give them a 1 week refresher, and show them what to do, because I already have the credibility, the 4 years not the 4 years experience, but the 4 year degree rather. Why is it so hard to hire me? So I looked at that as, you know what, it's just not making sense to me. And I feel like this is a trick between companies and college, right? They market it a certain way to make you feel as if you're gonna land a job between 3 months or 6 months rather, and then most of the time, college students are out of college and still are not working, or working in another field and not their degree line. I've seen that so many times, and it could be depressing, because when you invest, go to college, and you have these debt that you have to pay, knowing that you're working for little and nothing. What I have learned within this experience of my career has been robbed. Me going to college, taking out loans, thing of that nature, and knowing that I'm still not working the ideal job that I was expecting. I always wanted to become a project manager, and that did not work out to my expectation. So what I have learned, I had to put myself to the test and try to do other things that I know I was passionate about. So what this means, I've always have been doing business on the side, like side projects and stuff like that. Me training myself how to leverage out there, I learned that within myself that I had potential. Despite what did not work out for me in my tech career, so to speak, I have learned to trust in the process of myself and go out there and start coaching. So I have discovered that about myself. My encouragement to younger women is still to pursue your passion. Whatever it is that you have to do, make sure you have a plan B on the side, because what happened to me, I don't want that to happen to you. And thank God I knew how to do other thing on the side that I was able to rely on rather. So just be careful. I want to encourage you. It is still good to have a degree. Having your credibility is always good. Thank God while pursuing my degree, I was enjoying, my children along the way. A lot of people say put your kids on hold and pursue your career. But look how things turned out for me. I end up having my 4 years degree with my 3 kids at the same time, raising them while pursuing my degree. What happened? You want to come? Let me go get my baby. He woke up. I'm sorry about that. So what I have learned is that, thank God I did not put creating my family on hold, because I felt like me having my 3 kids, right now I'm on this is my 4th child. But I'm saying this to say time is something that we can't get back. And I felt like my children did not stop me from pursuing my degree. But even though I did pursue my degree, I'm still not where I would like to be. I still feel like a loser at times because I felt like my career did not work out to my expectation. But I'm still happy the fact that I have my 4 kids, seeing them grow, spending as much time with them and having that part, goes for me, as opposed to putting my family life on hold. A lot of us put our family life on hold and put the career first, and sometimes the degree or the career does not work out for us, and then we miss those times. And so I have learned that everyone's experience may be different, but I did what I was supposed to do in terms of finishing the degree, getting some hands-on experience, but yet still there are companies out there that are misleading, and companies are requesting 3 to 4 to 6 years of experience. And I'm saying to myself, when is the chance for us to show our full potential of what we can do? So it just doesn't make sense when you think about why they can't train you, even if it's 2 weeks, even if it's 1 month. Why can't they take one person that's been in the company for a long time to train the newcomers and train them and have young ones, working for them? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I felt like my experience as a tech was, you talking to? I didn't have a great experience, but one thing I thank God for, that I didn't stop to, have my children, and I still have them. I'm happy. I'm just still waiting on that job. But nevertheless, thank God I'm able to produce on my own, so to speak, and generate on the side while I'm still learning or still pursuing, so to speak. And I decided to become a content creator and just, put my projects out here, or put my videos out here to see who I can help, or rather just monetizing my skill set out here, creating videos and talking about my experience and thoughts. One thing I want to leave with you today, that although life does not work out to your expectation, you can't give up. And if things doesn't happen to your expectation, always look another way out. There's no excuse to when things doesn't work out. Always find a way and network. Networking have helped me over the past couple of years, and it just made me look at things a lot more different. It's really hard to trust companies when they hire you for one thing, and before you ended up doing something else, and they want to penalize you for it. So just be careful. I wanted to encourage you. I would love to hear your thoughts on this video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and also to subscribe if you're brand new to this channel. Until then, we'll see you around. Thank you for watching.